Greetings and thank you for joining us at FutureMoneyTrends.com. I'm here with Marin Katusa. He's the Chief Energy Investment Strategist for Casey Research. Marin, thank you so much for joining us today.
That's my pleasure.
On the miners, I wanted to ask you a question. Do you own big miners? Because I was looking at Newmont and Barrick, and they're trading for less than they did in '93, May of '93. And you could say it's a contrarian indicator, or you could say that the overall the mining business is just a bad business, and you need to make your money in the juniors. What are your thoughts on the majors?
I've said this I'll give you a funny story that's actually on the internet. You can Google this. It was on BNN, where Canada's largest mining company is called Teck Resources. And it was around $52 at the time. And they said, Marin, what do you think? Every week they were getting me on the show. It was before my surgery, and I had, what the hell, I'll do it. And they asked me my opinion, and this was in early 2011, and I said it's a $25 stock. And the interviewer started laughing at me. And I said, I don't understand. Why are you laughing at me? They said, that's $52. This is Canada's best miner. It's our biggest mining company. I go, I know, but it's a $25 stock. Well, when it hit that $25, they brought me back on about 2 years later. And they said, well, Marin, you're right. Is it time to buy? And I said, why do I have to buy it now? It's going to go sideways for a couple of years. And that's where I'm trying to explain to people. A company like Barrick is so straddled in debt. They have not hit their, feasibility numbers. They haven't hit the projection. Their CapEx has increased. Their cost of production have increased. The inflation cost. So until they get a grapple with what they have, it's going to take a few years to figure it out. Plus, they're going to have to sell assets. So you're going to see Rio Tinto sell major assets such as the Iron Ore Company of Canada. And you're going to see companies together using Asian lower money. So the first thing that's going to happen is there's going to be a divestiture of major assets. So companies like Barrick and Goldcorp, Rio Tinto, BHP, they're selling non-core assets. They're going to people are going to figure out a deal with the Asian money, which is a low-cost money. That's the first thing that's going to happen. Then they're going to have to optimize their existing production. The juniors are not going to take off on general across the board until the majors take off. And it's going to take a couple of years. What I call it's like a trainer that's overweight and he's taken a couple of years off. It's going to take him some time to get back into the gym and get lean and mean again. And it takes time. Mining is a very difficult business. We have about 18 more months of the Valley of Darkness. But the beauty of this, Dan, is you want to buy it when it's unloved. I can't emphasize this enough. You don't want to buy something when it feels good. You don't want to buy something when Time Magazine has a bull on the cover on the issues. You want to buy things when everybody on CNN is saying, this is a dead sector. That's when it's cheap, when there's blood on the markets, when people are getting laid off. The world's still going to use oil. The world's still going to use uranium. And that's why I'm saying right now, in uranium, I believe there's going to be bigger returns than in gold or oil. Uranium, to me, is the ultimate contrarian investment today in resources.
I know you sell the picks. Are you allowed to discuss any of the picks that are your favorites for uranium or gold? I know we've spoken about Amir's companies. Brazil Resources, are you still recommending people buy it, or is it something you and Rick Rule and Doug Casey are still happy that you guys own?
Oh, definitely. We've been buying more of that stock. So, again, just because the market is shaky, none of the real issues globally have been solved. You see, we're taking a long-term outlook on this. We did not buy such a major position in BRI, Brazil Resources, to flip out in 2 or 3 months. We believe Amir and his team, Steve Swatton and all the group, are going to build a major company. And think about how long it took to develop the iPhone or the BlackBerry, and then overnight everyone expects the mining companies to, you buy the stock on Monday and you want to double on Thursday. It doesn't work that way. This business takes time. It's a high capital risk. But at the end of the day, the world's using more copper. It's using more oil. It's going to be using more uranium. And it's going to consume more gold. And the reality is someone's going to have to provide that. And the big pinch is coming in all resources. And I've talked about the big pinch. It's all on our website. And I'm very bullish. And I'm buying Amir right now on sale. I was happy to do it at $1.30, $1.20, $1.10. I'm very happy buying it at 90 cents too.
That's awesome. Do you know if there's any updates for Brazil Resources? I mean, anything that you can discuss?
The most recent financials came out as expected. They're putting the money in the ground, which I'm always excited to see. I'm excited. Sure, they've got multi-million ounce gold deposits as is right now, but I'm really excited about the exploration potential on some of their what the market views as their non-core assets. And why I like that is right now on an EV per gold ounce in the ground proven, they're very cheap. But you get all of the exploration upside for free. And it's getting zero value in this market. And that's what I'm most excited about BRI. So I'm excited about the drill results in the next 6 to 12 months. And, you invest in people. And we're putting our money where our mouth is.
Gold and silver, we're in an environment of currency printing, record government borrowing, low interest rates. It's kind of like a great environment, you would think. But for the past 2 years, they have struggled. Are they just kind of stuck with the rest of the commodities? Or what happened, 3 or 4 weeks ago when they just had this? Everybody thought, silver can't go below 26 and gold won't go below 1,500. And, of course, it violently did.
Yes, and it's gone below 1,400. And it will probably go below 1,300. And I wouldn't be surprised to see it go below 1,200. So why would a guy who's made his personal net worth, who's done very well, who's, with Rick and I, we have one of the largest funds in the sector, why would I be talking about how gold's going to be going lower? Because that's the reality of where we're at. That's a good thing. If I could go now buy Apple at a discount, or if you could go buy your favorite car or your favorite house on your favorite block at a discount, you would be excited about that.
Yeah.
Why is it any different in investing? You do your fundamental research, you do your homework. After you've prepared which stocks you want to buy, buying it on sale is exactly what you want to do. I can't emphasize enough, Dan, that it's the emotion factor that people want to, why they desperately feel it needs to go up. Today at the conference, I spoke about a few stocks, and a speaker, one of the people in the audience, put up his hand and said, well, I feel really bad about the stock because I bought it at $6, and in the last 2 years, I've seen it go down to $2. And I said, yeah, but when did you buy that, and why did you buy it? He goes, well, because it felt good. That same stock we recommended in our newsletter under 25 cents, and we sold and took profits above $7. That's over 20 times your money. And he said, yeah, but, I didn't read your newsletter at the time. I'm like, that's fine. He wasn't a subscriber. He now is. And I'm telling him, if you felt good buying it at $6, you should feel absolutely fantastic buying it at $2 if the story hasn't changed. Yeah. So people have to understand and be able to accept the emotional factor in investing. So this is why I'm a big believer in taking profits. I invented the Casey Free Ride formula, which you'll see in my newsletter every month. I strictly have profit directions on how to take profits, and that's why we run a very disciplined portfolio of only 6 stocks. I don't know how many newsletter guys you interview, but I can guarantee you I have the fewest number of stocks in my newsletter, and yet we've done very, very well.
Yeah, no, you actually, you even have less than Dan Ferris, and of course you probably know Dan Ferris has a good reputation for being extreme when it comes to the stocks he picks. Thanks so much for your time, and look forward to talking to you again.
All right, it was my pleasure, Dan. You take care.